Regular council meeting is now in session. Today's date is Monday, May 23rd, 2022. The time is now 7:49. Roll call, Ms. Randolph.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree.
Present.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson.
Present.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber.
Present.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter. No response. She did phone and say that she will not be able to attend. Councilman Durance Daniels.
Present.
Councilwoman Tanya Key. No response. She too said that she will not be able to attend. And Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell.
Present.
We have 5 who are present, 2 who are absent. We do have a quorum.
Mayor, can I make a motion to excuse Councilwoman Key?
Yes. Is there a second? Second. Roll call. To excuse Councilwoman Key.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson.
Yes.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber.
Yes.
Councilman Durance Daniels.
Yes.
And Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell.
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes. The motion does pass.
Okay. Motion in order to excuse Councilwoman Childs Jeter.
Motion. Second.
It's been moved in second. Roll call.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson.
Yes.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber.
Yes.
Councilman Durance Daniels.
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell.
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes. The motion does pass.
The prayer will be given by Councilwoman Mitchell.
Thank you, Mayor. Heavenly Father, we come to you this day, thanking you for this day and all the mercy, blessing, and grace that you have afforded us. Lord, we ask that you watch over those who are not able to make it here tonight, particularly Ms. Key and Ms. Childs Jeter. Lord, we come to you while you already know that our hearts are full for the village of Lincoln Heights. Heavenly Father, you know that we want the best for our community. Lord, we ask that you come among us and let us have consensus and let us realize that all of us are for the village and that there are things that must be done in order for us to succeed, not just for us, but to your glory. This we ask in your Son's name. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Pledge of Allegiance. Motion in order to amend the agenda to add executive session.
Motion.
Second.
It's been moved in second. Roll call.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson.
Yes.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber.
Yes.
Councilman Durance Daniels.
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell.
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes. The motion does pass.
You know, does that become number 12? We do it after miscellaneous or
It can go before.
before miscellaneous?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Motion in order for acceptance of the agenda.
So move.
Second.
Been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right, motion in order for filing of the journal for the Committee of the Whole meeting minutes from May 9th, 2022, and regular council meeting minutes from May 9th, 2022, all with any necessary corrections.
Motion. Second.
It's been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Ayes have it. Announcements. Councilman Daniels, any announcements for you?
No announcements for me, Madam Mayor.
Okay. Councilwoman Baber?
No announcements. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay. Vice Mayor Stinson?
Yes, I have an announcement. I'd like to, today I stopped by the elementary school for their annual kickball game with the fifth graders against the staff. Once again, staff won.
They didn't let them.
That's a serious game.
Oh, okay, okay. What was the score? They just won.
I love the kids.
Okay, okay. All right. Councilwoman Mitchell, any
Yes,
announcements?
Mayor, I have a couple of announcements.
Okay.
The first one is to remind everybody that June 4th is the Valley Pantry. It will be held at Mount Moriah, 9 to 11. The second announcement is that St. Simon's is doing their annual summer camp reading, and I believe it is for 2nd through 5th grade. But for more information, residents may call 513-771-4828, 771-4828 for the St. Simon's Summer Camp Reading Program. The next announcement, Mayor, is that for any residents over 55 who are looking for work, there is the organization called Vantage. They are looking for 55 and over to place at various sites. They are in the process of trying to find sites in Lincoln Heights. This is a program that actually is a training program. It's a it's a Title V program. And so the individuals get paid. If they don't have transportation, they give them bus fare. So it is a very good program if you are, even if you are on Social Security disability. It does not affect your taxes. It does not affect your your recertification if you happen to live in, Section 8 housing. So let me give you the phone number. Their phone number is 513-924-9100. 513-924-9100. So it's an excellent program. So hopefully we'll be able to find a couple of sites here in the village.
Okay.
My last announcement is regarding a peace camp. This peace camp is sponsored basically through the Acts Episcopal Coalition and the Heights Movement. The Acts Coalition has gotten funding for the Peace Leaders Camp for 6th to 8th graders. 6th to 8th graders, all right? So there'll be some flyers around, and I'll ask the mayor if we could put this on our website. It has a QCR code. So 6th to 8th graders, if you are interested, you can contact Don Bailey at Lincoln Heights Elementary School, or you can contact Mr. Bolmer at the junior school. So we are looking for about 40 students. This camp takes place July 18th through the 22nd. It is free, and I think it runs like from 9 to 4. It'll be at 9 to 3. It'll be at Christ Church, Glendale. Transportation will be provided. Breakfast will be provided. You'll meet up at St. Monica's. In addition, we're also looking for high school students, rising 11th and 12th graders who want to be like counselors for this camp. You will be paid $15 an hour, including the training that is done, I think, the week before. And we are looking for adult mentors. Anyone who has teachers or parapros who have been working with children, we'd like for you to apply as well. There's training involved. It involves the Center for Social and Emotional Learning, and that pay is $25 an hour. All right, so you can, again, call 513-771-4828. That's St. Simon's Church for additional information, or talk with Carlton Collins, and the phone number is, Mr. Daniels?
Hope my friend does not feel bad. I don't know his phone number off the top of my head, but his phone number
Okay.
is 513-390-6158.
Okay.
Could you repeat
One more
that again?
time, Mr. Daniels.
Yes, ma'am. That number is 513-390-6158. Carlton Collins, Director of Programming for the Heights Movement.
That ends my announcements.
Yes, nothing for the village manager. Yes, Mr. Desai?
Ms. Bishop, I just wanted, that first program you're talking about with Vantage, where you said that it does not affect Social Security benefits or Section 8 housing, that's your understanding, but really people should consult their attorney and HUD about whether or not that's going to be a
Right, I
problem.
mean, it does, as long as you don't go over what your particular amount is, it doesn't affect it.
Right.
Yeah.
So always consult your legal counsel about your Social Security benefits, and then HUD or your legal counsel about your Section 8 housing. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And there is an income eligibility with it. There is an income eligibility with it.
Okay. All righty. Yes, Vice Mayor?
I have a question about, I guess I could call the number to ask though. You said 11th and 12th graders. What if somebody graduated?
Now, it has to be rising. That's all right. Because the idea is
Somebody
to,
be a counselor.
yes, the idea is to try to, we want to try to continue the program during the school year. And so we want them to be able to work with those junior high students throughout the school year next year.
All right. All right, I don't have any announcements. Oh, I do. Yes, I do. I wanted to say congratulations to Miss McCullum. She retired from Lincoln Heights Elementary School. I'm not sure how many years, but I know it's over. If it's not 25, it could be over that. But we just want to say it is.
Probably
So,
30.
yeah. So we just all wanted to say congratulations for her retirement from Lincoln Heights Elementary. And I know she's going to do great things wherever she's going to be doing. But congratulations, Miss McCullum.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. That's all the announcement that I have. And I'm not sure. We don't have any hearing from the residents. No one called in? Okay. All right. Next, we have the regular agenda, communications to council from the clerk of council, Lisa Randolph.
Good evening, everyone. I received a flyer from Pastor Brandon McIntosh on behalf of Ebenezer Second Baptist Church. They're going to be hosting a vision board party. And that is something that's for anyone who's interested in starting a business or who have a business. And he has 3 individuals who will be speaking. Jamie Fields Colvin. She's the owner of the first Black-owned urgent care located here in Cincinnati. Then we have Karma Danon, who's the owner of Saved and Still Dope. The third speaker would be Lamarque Ward Sr., who is the president of Dream Builders University. Now, this event is going to take place Saturday, June the 4th, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Ebenezer Second Baptist Church, which is located at 154 Dixie Court. You do need to register, and you need to contact Dana Render, and her telephone number is area code 513-207-1674. Again, her number is 513-207-1674. Or you can also email her at danadane2664, and I'll spell that DANADANE2664 So mark your calendars. If you're interested in attending, you do need to register. This event is free, and they will have a light lunch served. June 4th, Saturday, from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. I will also be doing robocalls for Pastor McIntosh as well with this information.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Randolph. Okay. Next, communications from Mayor, from myself regarding the Mayor's Court Monthly Report for April. Below is the summary in your packet listing the, what has been dispersed. Total to the state, $459.53. Total area fines to external agencies is 0. Total to other entities, including restitution, $18. Total bonds forfeited to the village, 0. Total to the village, including miscellaneous receipts and adjustments and BA fees, is $2,520.50. Total to be dispersed, $2,998.03. Also included is the bank reconciliation in your packet. Is there any questions? There's no questions. Motion to accept the report.
Second.
It's been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Also, part of the Mayor's Court report, I have Vicki Bowers, our Clerk of Court, to come and give you an update on how Mayor's Court is coming along with the training that she went to earlier this month. Okay. Yeah.
I'm so nervous. Excuse me.
Yeah, 'cause they can't. Okay. You can come up. It ain't gonna bite you. So to pick up.
Okay, my name is Vicki Bowers. I am the clerk of courts here in Lincoln Heights. I've been working here for a year, 3 months, and 10 days, and I enjoy every moment of it. A little bit about my background. I've been a medical biller for 8 years, a professional boxer for 10 years, and a chef for a few years before I landed here. Well, I shouldn't say landed, but led here, following the footsteps that God ordered for me. I am truly grateful for being in the presence of all you beautiful people. And yes, I am truly blessed. I knew that was going to do that. Okay. I came to give a report on my experience at the Clerk of Court's Spring Conference, which was amazing. I got to put faces to to names and voices. I've talked to over. Hold on. I've been here. Okay. Also, I've learned different ways to make my job effective, such as collections on the delinquent accounts, maintaining a business relationship with the residents that's on the payment plan, and also those who don't know the process of actually knowing how to get their license. So I've been in conversations with each of them to make sure everything's everything. The conference made me confident on being the best clerk I can be. I look forward to the fall conference. I did want to bring up a few things. I don't know if anyone I could ask if anyone heard of any reports of the cases that are closed, but they are still being recited. We're getting recites on closed cases. So it's people, yeah, so didn't nobody hear nothing about that? Okay. So that is a issue that I just wanted to bring up. I don't know who actually to address. But another thing is a lady, Miss Monday, she's one of the residents here. She called and she was telling me about how her husband and her sons had passed away, and that she didn't have anyone at her home to help her fix the gutters and different things like that. So I actually had information, and that's for from Habitat for Humanity, and it's a critical care program for veterans, widowers, and veterans that has husbands and wives and different things like that, that they have a program that will help them do outside of their homes. And that's about it. Thank you.
Okay. She's so shy.
You did a good
Okay.
job.
Well, thank you, Ms. Bowers. Since Ms. Bowers has came, she has excelled in doing multitasking, even helping with the village manager and the clerk of council. So I just want to thank you. They actually are doing interchanging, learning each other's positions. So, since we have a small staff, it's always good to do multitasking and learning somebody else's position to be vital to help each other as a team. So I want to thank you and Ms. Randolph for all that y'all are doing or are continuing to do for the village. So thank you so much. Okay. All right. Next would be communication from the village manager.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to start off talking about the Reds and GE Aviation Import Partnership. Annually, they have the GE Day, and this year they've invited the Lincoln Heights community. They have a limited number of tickets available for the residents of Lincoln Heights. The event will be Friday, June 3rd, Saturday, June 4th, Sunday, June 5th. There will be, you get a free ticket, you get free transportation. Transportation pickup will be at Lincoln Heights Elementary, and free food for a game. It's limited to the number to, once they're gone, they're gone. In order to get a ticket, you can get a ticket by emailing day@reds@lhoicincy.net. Let me repeat that again. day@reds@lhoicincy.net, or you can call 513-744-6260. Again, 513-744-6260. There was a question in an email. I've attached it to my packet for the makeover team. They're continuing to finalize the budgets. There are 6 different budgets for different sites. I don't manage all of the sites. There's the Healthcare Connection, LHOI, St. Monica's, Lincoln Heights Elementary, Serenity Park, Memorial Field, and they're going to be doing some work here in the village as well. Councilwoman Mitchell, you asked regarding some community engagement. Charlie Frank and Michael Fry, Charlie Frank from the Cincinnati Reds and Michael Fry came on February 28th, showed some renderings. The only thing that has changed would be in addition to put more, some playground equipment for the kids there, and to clean up the gazebo. And I think I think the mayor, you talked about having community engagement with Rock the Block, doing
Respect
some of that.
My block.
I'm sorry.
Respect my block.
Respect my block. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because I do know when Charlie Frank came, we talked about, when we visited the field, we talked about how the residents could engage, and he mentioned about church groups, and he talked about some particular jobs would have to be skilled, but the other ones like cleanup and things like that, the residents could participate, but they just want to also be a part of what it's going to look like. They just want to be a part and engage on what the residents would like to see. So that was an important part why we wanted to do Respect My Block, so the residents could come and voice their opinion on what they would like it to be. And we truly believe that it's important that the residents be a part of the process.
Okay. On to community Wi-Fi. I think we're finished with the contracts, Mr. Desai, in the MOU.
The MOU been finalized. Back in March, I want to say, we sent over our second set of revisions to the documents. There are a lot of documents. There's probably, I'm going to say, 7 different contracts that deal with this. I think we are still waiting for them to approve those red lines unless you've received something from them that I have not.
I did receive the MOU, and I think that's the basis, that's the baseline for us, which would be attached to phase 1 of the contract. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
the MOU is, kind of a general oversight document that has some things in there that we wanted to protect the village. As always, the devil is in the details, and the other 6 or 7 contracts are the ones that are, you need a microscope to read, and they are long and lengthy, and you better have a good cup of Java so you don't fall asleep while you're reading it. So those are the ones that really govern our rights and responsibilities. What I'll do is I'll follow up with Oscar Bross tomorrow to see if they have in fact accepted our changes and are ready to execute them.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And Memorial Field, as we discussed earlier in the committee of the whole, our attorney has recommended that I got notice on Friday that recommended that no usage of the field while it's under construction. That email is also in your packet. On the community impact grant, we're still waiting from the commissioners to get a final approval on the community impact grant. The spring cleanup will be on June 11th from 8 a.m. to 12 noon. In your packet has a detailed plan on how and what that community cleanup will be. I will be stationed at LHOI along with the executive director, Eric Walker, will be giving out flyers. And I know we talked about addresses, and we thought this would be a good way if we could get residents who don't or who would like to have an address. We will take their name and address down or contact information. We will get those numbers to those residents. We will have a dumpster here at the village. In order, the dumpster here will be for tires only. In order to bring in tires, you have to have an ID and proof of residency in Lincoln Heights. We will also have 3 other locations of dumpsters within the village. All of this information will be sent out to residents on Friday. I think I have the dates or the locations of the dumpsters: 690 Adams, 1200 Stephens, and 10108 Dixie Court. We'll have dumpster monitors will be monitored by the Public Works Department. Leaves and brush removal. If you have leaves and brush, we just like for you to leave it at the curb. It will be picked up by the Public Works Department on that Monday, June 13th. If you have bulky items, the bulky items will not be picked up. You will have to make arrangement with Rumpke to do that. All bulky items have to be wrapped, and we will continue to put this information out, the salient points of this issue, of how to wrap them, or this information, I should say, will go out on a robocall and also an additional information mailed out on Friday. In your placket, Councilwoman Charles Jeter asked about the blighted and properties that have code violations. I have provided a list of just the address, but not the concerns attached to it. Some of the properties do not have addresses, but you will see that it's close to about 40-something, but the number of properties is about 50. Mr. Desai and I continue to negotiate the sheriff contract, and I think it's coming to a point where we think we can get to a solution with that. And then the other things that I will call out is that we got noticed on Friday, I believe, that the state auditors will be in. They will complete our 2019 audit, and we will go through our audit for for 2020 and 2021. Rita is moving along well. We're meeting this week to start finalizing that. The newsletter will go out on Friday, Councilwoman Mitchell. It will go out Friday. And we signed up to have a youth employment with the Hamilton County Youth Employment Program. And just a note about a vehicle needs repair. And that's about it. Oh, and again, limited a number of Reds tickets and the community cleanup. If you would like to volunteer, I would suggest you give the village a call, 733-5900. If you'd like to volunteer, we'll actually be having video shoots of the cleanup as well.
Is there any questions for the village manager? Yes, Vice Mayor?
The leaves and brush, what's the protocol? So, because I have a lot of, from the storm in my backyard, but what do? We gotta save it to June 11th, or who picks that up?
My experience is that if you put it in the bag and it's the day of the recycle day, if you put it on the curb, they'll pick it up.
So
Rumpke.
put it out for trash.
Correct. But it has to be in those yard waste container
Vice Mayor?
bags.
Okay, but you can't put a tree limb in a plastic bag. So what do? I have like tree limbs.
I would suggest calling Rumpke and ask them, and we will find that answer out for you, and make sure we put that out somewhere so that you're probably not the only one that wants to know that.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Youth employment. So that's for this summer?
Yes.
Okay. Is there going to be a deadline, or is there any way that we could get the word out to let young folks know that we have it again this year? Because school lets out this week. So, it's...
It is through the Hamilton County. The way we're going through it is with Talbot House. And it's us, the person will be on site starting June 6th. I think they have been communicating out that information. I could put something on the website just for, or do a robocall specifically to tell the students where to go. I got information specifically for what I had to do.
Okay.
I'm thinking we possibly can send something to Princeton, send something out directly to the school before they get out. That way they know it's available. Because I do know when we went to the, they won't get it. They won't send it to them.
I think that we should keep it in-house, because you send it to Princeton, you opening it up for everybody.
Oh, okay.
If we have a sign or something for in-house, youth employment, that's all the sign has to say.
Okay.
Youth employment, see us, you know what I mean? If you send it to Princeton, I think that's gonna narrow the chances of our kids getting.
Oh, okay. I just trying to figure out a way how to get the word out, since it's gonna happen.
Is it something that can be attached to the newsletter?
I can check and see.
Okay.
Okay.
It's enough time. If we can find some space. It's pretty long already.
Or a sleeve, half a sleeve or something.
All right. Any other questions? Councilman Daniels?
I had a couple. Just first one, what was the purpose of Joe Shields going to the Economic Development Research meeting with the president of 3CDC?
He just listens, takes notes, and comments.
Was there anything purposeful that they brought back that would benefit the residents of Lincoln Heights, given that I'm sure didn't know if that was a part of the report?
It wasn't necessarily related to residents specifically. It was more to give, I reached out to him personally to ask if you were going to do big economic development jobs, how would you do it, and what has been successful for you in the work that you've been doing in economic development.
Do you anticipate a 3CDC big economic development style job coming down the pipe soon?
No.
Just kind of follow up on that. Now that our land use plan has been completed, do we have any idea, or just will there be any recommendations in the stay on selling property that allows other folks besides like the port, to be able to potentially buy local real estate in the community?
I have not discussed that with any committee, economic development committee or anything like that. No.
No, and no plans to, I guess, anytime soon. 'Cause I thought the plan was after once again, I could be mistaken, but after the completion of the land use study, that was the purpose of it. And then at that point, we would open the market up to potential residents, unless I'm mistaken.
I don't recall that being a statement.
Sorry, just from my recollection, can you remember why we put that stay on, or just that on hold on all properties, selling properties then from the village of Lincoln Heights?
Over a year ago, because there was just so many calls calling about, wanting to purchase land.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we wanted to just kind of put a moratorium and figure it out what the land use plan is, get the planning commission on board about, the land use study, and then go from there.
But just, I'm still clear, so okay. Well, I guess 'cause my only question was on that end of it, because you said it was dealing with phone calls. We did still move in the process of selling some properties right during that last year, right? Or was that, am I mistaken? Like, we did get into a partnership with the Port Authority and HERC with our properties on Jackson, correct? During that moratorium, correct?
We have a memorandum of understanding with them, and we did council approve
Yeah,
the
that's what I said,
transfer of one lot.
That's what I said, just making sure that there was transactions during that stay. I didn't know if we were allowing others as well. Just lastly, just kind of on it, once again, this is a very thorough report. We appreciate that. As you talked about just the next step with the Brighter Properties, what just kind of would be that next step? 40, obviously, but do we have a plan in place? Are we working with any volunteer groups to get it cleaned up? What's the next step on that?
So I gave you the list because it was requested by Councilwoman Linda Giles-Dieter.
Mm-hmm.
What I envision is that we take all of the properties and put them into a platform and start to communicate with the property owners. So saying to them, hey, your property's been burned out for 10 years. What is your plan? How do you move through the process of demoing it? Instead of it being there as a burnt out property and nothing, it's just an eyesore. And I think following the process that the village used when you went through the process of removing blighted property and working with the port to demo some of those properties, that is the process that I envision that we're moving forward with, but managing it a lot more better than us writing on an Excel spreadsheet, but more of a platform to load that information in that we can keep track of, that I can print out a report and give to council at a moment's notice, or that we would know, okay, this person has been communicated with 5 times and there's still no action. What is the next level of action that we need to do?
So does that also include properties that the village owns as well? Because we have some properties as well as just as horrendous as the properties that are on this list. So who holds that same accountability to us?
I said that we can't, I've told staff that if our property, we can't just go out and ask people to do things for our property, for their property, if we don't do anything on our own. So there are properties that we own that we need to board up or figure out how do we get funds to rehab and sell that back into the marketplace.
So,
I think we own maybe 2 properties or so.
well,
Okay, hold on, Mr. Daniels, let
I'm
me give
sorry.
an opportunity for someone else to ask a
Yeah.
question. Anyone on this end?
Yeah, I have a question, but he can finish if it's long.
no,
as I-
I'm sorry. I got a little,
Okay.
I was taking notes and I'm sorry.
Well, along the lines of the property, so I'm just curious, 690 Adams, that's a Habitat house.
I cannot say that the addresses are accurate. What I'm saying to you, as we were in the car, we were taking a list of properties. So if it's a property on there that shouldn't be on there, we can take it off. We were just, as I said, Councilwoman Jeters wanted a copy of the addresses.
Right, no, I'm talking about where you have the dumpsters, I'm sorry. Where you have the dumpster, 690 is a Habitat house.
That's given to me by the Director of Public Works, so I'm sure.
So
He's
you're looking for
identified the
somewhere
sites.
on Adams, right? Because it says 690, that's down there by Cary, and that there is a house there. So perhaps we need to look at the corner of Douglas and Adams, right? That's either our property or the Ports or Hercs or whoever, because we need enough room for people to drive up to it. So you might want to double check where you want to put it on Adams.
Can you repeat that?
It's on the
Address.
690 is a Habitat. It's a gray house, and it's next to the one with all the bricks on it. But, so I'm saying we need to have enough room to drive up, people get out and do whatever. So we might need to put it at the corner of Adams and Douglas. That lot, that might be one of the lots that Mr. Hahn owns or Herc or somebody, but it's a big lot behind that. So then when you look at 10108 Dixie Court, are we talking about, again, there's a house down there at that end, and I don't know that we own that, there's a lot next to it, but I don't think we own it. But we do have, where the gate is at the end of Dixie, that egress to Woodline. You can open that gate. That is our property there. We gave them an easement.
Okay.
So there's nowhere on Dixie to put it unless you put it on one of our best lots. So if we're looking for somewhere up in that area, what we have done in the past is put it at, I want to say 1033, but it's probably 1032. No, it's across at the corner of Chicago and Leggett. That
As
lot there.
opposed to Dixie Court?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to, people won't be able to turn around or park or do anything. So that's across from, it's right there on the end. That's ours, because I believe I saw the guys cutting it the other day, across from Mrs. Lindsay. What's y'all's address? What's your mama's address? 1032? Yeah, so it's probably 1033. So just we need to check that. Ms. Powell, on the newsletter, so council doesn't have an opportunity to put anything in the newsletter. We all have always put something in the newsletter, either based from our committee or some of the information that we had. So I would appreciate it knowing, I've been hollering about it, but because I had some things I wanted to put in it. So in the future, please ask council to add to it, because just like some of the things we came up today, I could have given you this to put in there had I known it was coming out, because we have things to share as well. So, but thank you for getting it out. It's been a long time coming. So I do appreciate it.
And let me apologize, I didn't get that you wanted to put something in there, but I apologize. I will definitely be more diligent in asking you all if you would like to put something in the newsletter.
Okay. And I just wanted to just go back over the thing about the, I know when Mr. Fry and Charlie Frank came out, they presented to council, but they did not really present to the community. Yes, we are on ICRC, but I know that we're trying to do something with Respect My Block. Who needs to do that? And do we need to set that up, or you have a date? We usually do that on a Tuesday?
First Tuesday.
First Tuesday? Or if it's another day that he can come out. But I think it is critical that residents take a look at what they have envisioned for us and let our residents and even council add to the vision of, what's going to happen. So they know that something is coming, but they have not had a chance to participate. And I don't know if any of the other communities participated when they did the one, out in Cleves or in Bond Hill. But we're that kind of community that want to be able to say, we would like to see. So if there is a way that we can get that moving, because I hear you saying, or I read it, that it's not finalized in terms of what's going to happen with us, but I know I spoke with Michael Pearl. They know what they're doing. They have their budget. LHOI, they know what's happening there. They have their budget. The health center, I don't know if they got their budget, but, we were told what some things that were going to happen. So we just want to make sure, I can't speak for council. I like to just make sure that whatever the budget is, that the residents and even myself have an opportunity to say, well, what about doing this? So that it is something that we can feel like we had some ownership in.
I can, Council Mayor, I can reach out to Charlie and Mr. Fry and see if they're available in June to come back and present what their final ideas are.
Final or almost final. In case we want to make some changes, I'm just saying. But that would be good.
Well, I think
need to-
what the challenge is the cost.
Right, I understand that. So, I'm just saying then, if we have ideas and they can say, well, we can take this off or we can add this, I just would like to have participated in whatever's going to happen. I know you said they're gonna do some flowers outside. Did you say somebody was gonna do some flowers somewhere?
The Cincinnati Zoo is assisting the village in doing the beautification.
Okay.
So you see out front, in front of the village, some plantings there, a gateway. This is all under beautification and assisting the village. A gateway at the corner of Shepherd and Mangum. The two islands on Mangum, they're redoing those islands.
Okay. And so can I just ask, what happened to the hostas that were out there? Y'all took them up?
I think somebody took them.
Somebody just took them?
Yeah.
Some cameras outside to see who did that.
I'm not gonna.
My
Yeah.
goodness.
Wow.
Okay.
It's okay. But I will reach out to the Reds and P&G, and I'll follow back up with council if they're available to come back.
Madam Mayor,
Yes, ma'am.
can you ask that they come to the recreation meeting? Or, the first Wednesday of the month?
I think that they said that the most availability, it might be the Economic Development Committee meeting. That's what this is under, is economic
say?
development.
But this is it's recreation.
Councilwoman Babor, I'll ask and see what the availability, but it was thrown out, would be economic development.
And who said that?
They
Who said-
said that when they came and spoke to, they came to council. and they had mentioned about coming to economic development. But like she said, she can ask them and see. But we were trying to do it as Respect My Block to allow the residents to be able to talk. That's why we had talked about doing Respect My Block when they came before. I'm not sure you were there at that time.
Oh, I
when
was
they came.
there. I was there, and once again, I want to make sure I'm hearing correctly because what I believe Ms. Baber just said that why not they come out to recreation. I'm not quite sure why I'm getting feedback, but then the response was that because he said that he would only be available, unless I'm not hearing correctly, he would only be available for economic development. So I was curious as who he was, and if he was only available for that time, why only on a 6:30 for every first Monday of the month? And if that was the only time, why didn't we schedule that again? And if that's the point, that they're only calling it economic development, is that the most engaging time? Because from the Recreation Committee meetings that I've been to for the past 4 years, there's been a lot of community interaction and engagement. So none of those answers make sense to me as to why we can't have them come to the Recreation Committee meeting, but that sounds like that is a potential option that will be asked. So appreciate that, but I just thought I was crazy because I could have sworn I just heard that 30 seconds ago.
Okay.
I did have another question though, if that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead, and then we're gonna move on. Go ahead.
Oh, that's fine. So if the challenge is the cost, as to why we can't quite understand what the work will be done, or if the challenge is the cost of why communication hasn't been done, why not reach out to the residents who have the skill set to do some of the work, which was mentioned the day that they were here, to help reduce some of that cost as well, which would also have alleviated, to Ms. Laverne's point, into the engagement process that you have residents a part of the process. So if cost and overhead and reaching outside of the community is making the project delayed in some aspects of it, why would not the strategy then be to look inside the community to figure out ways to reduce that cost? But I did have other questions, but it seems like that's the only one I can ask right now.
I don't know.
You don't know, say. I got you, Aunt Carmen.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move on. Is there a motion to accept the village manager's report unless you have anything else, Ms.
So
Pedro?
moved.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. All right. As Councilman Daniels, we about to vote, so hopefully he'll be back in here. Next is old business. Is there any old business? Okay.
I have a question. Who was Corey McFarland?
Yeah, but I need.
Oh, he was a temp. He's a temp. He didn't last.
Right. Could he get you some, what they call it, ginkgo biloba? Or what's that other? Pathogen. For the brain.
He didn't last.
So there was no old business.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna go ahead, so we can go ahead and do new business. There's motion in order for the first reading of resolution number 2022 R8218, a resolution authorizing the village manager to prepare and submit project proposal for funding through the 2022 Transit Infrastructure Fund Program and to execute contract as required. Motion.
To hear it by title only.
Second.
It's been moved in second to read by title only of resolution 2022 R18. Roll call, Ms. Randolph.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber,
Yes.
Councilman Durance Daniels,
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson,
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kinsey Mumphrey.
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes. The motion does pass. Village of Lincoln Heights, Hamilton County, Ohio, resolution number 2022-R-18. A resolution authorizing the village manager to prepare and submit project proposals for funding through the 2022 Transit Infrastructure Fund Program and to execute contracts as required.
Thank you, Ms. Randolph. We're only doing we're only doing a first reading as discussed in committee of the whole.
I'd like to make a motion to go into executive session to discuss pending litigation and the employment of a public employee or official.
Second.
It's been moved in second. Roll call, Ms. Randolph.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber,
Yes.
Councilman Durance Daniels,
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson,
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kinsey Mumphrey.
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes. The motion does pass.
Mayor, can we invite the manager in?
Yes.
For the discussion about pending litigation?
Yes, ma'am. Okay. is now back in session. Today's date, Monday, May 23rd, 2022. The time is 9:15. Roll call, Ms. Randolph.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber,
Present.
Councilman Durance Daniels,
Present.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell,
Present.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson,
Present.
Mayor Ruby Kinsey Mumphrey.
Present.
We have 5 who are present. We do have a quorum.
Okay. Is there any miscellaneous business?
Yes.
Madam Mayor, I'd like to make a motion, coming out of the Recreation Committee, that the village manager and her office reach out to the village of Woodlawn, Lockland, Reading, and Wyoming about potential use of their field for the upcoming fall football season.
Second.
It's been moved in second. Roll call, Ms.
Any
Randolph.
questions?
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, Mr. Daniels, can you say in other facilities, because it may be something,
and-
yeah, don't limit yourself.
Sorry, and I'd like to amend my motion to add in other communities as well. Can I do it that way, Deepak? Can I just amend my motion to add in other? Because please don't make me say all that over again.
Yeah, why don't you just withdraw that first motion and just restate it?
Okay, all right. I withdraw my motion, and I would like to make a motion that our village manager and her office reach out to surrounding communities about renting or using their athletic fields for the upcoming fall football season.
It's been moved in second. Roll call, Ms. Randolph.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber,
Yes.
Councilman Durance Daniels,
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson,
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kinsey Mumphrey.
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes. The motion does pass.
Okay. All right. Is there any miscellaneous business?
Yes, I have a suggestion. I don't know if we can do it, but I just want to go back to the survey that Ms. Daniels did, and it talks about the percentage of people and how they wanted to be notified. And so it says that 37.5% of participants over the age of 55 would like to have direct mail newsletters, compared to the 54% of people 25 to 40 who want email. So we need to come up with a way that we can reach them. So and I don't know if you had space, I heard you tell the Vice Mayor you try to put something in there. But in this newsletter, we need to ask them to, number one, please, if you want to get the robocall, to call, come down here or something, and indicate that it is for notification of emergencies and other events, because a lot of those robocalls are not just Lincoln Heights people, and we miss a lot of people. And let them know that you can be your cell phone or your landline. And then secondly, if they would like to receive emails, a newsletter or whatever, what is their email? And they may not do it, but we need to, based on the survey that we did, that's how people want to receive it. And your 55-year-olds and older are the ones that's really gonna be doing, they pay more attention. At 25 to 40, we got to get them out to vote. So, but they would like to see theirs in email. So nobody's going to the website. Nobody's going to the website to look at that information. We need to find a way to get that information to them the way they are requesting. So it's either email or newsletter. And thank you. But that's the importance of the newsletter. So, but the robocall information is what we really need, so that people really get informed. Because a lot of people say, I don't have it. I didn't know. I didn't hear it. Well, why did you not? Do we have your number? Oh, no. So we have to put that out there.
Thank you, Ms. Mitchell. Anyone else?
Have to make a motion for her to do that?
I think that's a recommendation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping that it happens if we can get it in that newsletter. Some kind of way we need to put that out there. Please give us your robocall. Please give us your phone number. So, maybe that's...
To that point, though, even on the website, though, there should be some type of sign-in capturing piece that does allow us to now collect that data on our website, if that is possible as well.
Like a mailing list.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Motion for adjournment.
yes.
Second.
Second.
It's a second. It's been moved in second for adjournment. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, everyone, have a good night.
Good night.